Hi there, I'm Michelle the Painter. Today I'm going to be painting an adorable snowman who's catching some snowflakes. I'm going to be working on a 12 by 12 pre-painted canvas. So I've pre-painted it with just a mid-gray tone. But the fun part about what I'm doing today is I'm not going to be using any paintbrushes. I'm just going to be using Q-tips to paint. So I thought it'd be a fun project where you get to kind of play with your control of your paint using a different object that you, or a different utensil that you don't typically use. So I thought it'd be fun to do this snowman. I'm going to be using acrylic paint. My colors are titanium white, Mars black, cobalt blue, fire red, burnt umber, which I'll probably call brown, and a little bit of chrome orange because we need a carrot nose on our snowman. So what I've done with my Q-tips, so if you want to attempt this yourself, is I have about 5 single ones, and then I have rubber band together a bundle of 10 and a bundle of 5. And of course you can experiment on your own and do your own little bundles, but this will give me a bigger painting surface to paint with. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use my single Q-tip and I'm going to draw myself kind of outline of where I want my snowman to be. I'm going to do that with just a little bit of white paint. So I'm going to find myself about the center of my canvas. For me, that's right about in through here. And then I'm going to come down a little bit and to the left a little bit, make myself a little bit of a marker, and then I'm going to go almost all the way over to the edge of my canvas, maybe about, I would say maybe an inch, inch and a half inside of it, like that, and then I'm going to come down from that maybe about 2 inches, give myself another marker. So I'm going to connect these markers in the shape of a snowman's head. So something like this is going to be my snowman head, and then I'm going to do the body. I'm going to come down to the bottom right and come in maybe about an inch, inch and a half, make myself a marker, connect these with just a curved line like that, and then come down to the center of your bottom here. And if this is about quarter way, I'm a little bit shy of that, so somewhere in through here, and I'm going to give myself a big snowman belly. So something like this. So now that I know where my snowman is going to be, I'm going to flip my brush over, my tool over, and use the clean side and pick up some black paint, and I'm going to draw an outline for my hat. So I'm going to come up from here maybe an inch and a half, somewhere in through here, make myself a marker, and then in the back side of the neck, I'm going to make myself another marker in through here. I'm going to take and connect these two with what would be the rim of my hat. So I can take this out like this, and then I'm going to scoop it down over the top of my head like this, and just give it this fun kind of wavy line, and then just bring it out like this. And then on the top of my hat, I can make whatever shape I want. So I can take it from in through here and then just give myself whatever kind of fun shape that you want. My snowman's kind of looking up at the sky, so I'm going to just kind of give mine this type of shape so it's tipped a little bit. Now what I can do is I can take, I'm going to put my single brush away. I'm going to take out the one with, we're going to go for the one with the 10 bundle here. I'm going to paint my snowman. I'm going to paint it with brown, black, and white, and I'm going to do it dark on the back side in through here, a little bit dark in the crevice in through here, and then lighter over here. I'm going to be using a dotting technique. So I'm going to start with black, brown, and a little bit of white, all on my brush, my tool at the same time. And I'm going to start dabbing or dotting. I want to kind of get rid of my outline that I had initially done. That's just to, that was just a guide for me to understand where I wanted everything to go. And then I'm just going to kind of dot in this way, like this. And then as I move to the left, I'm going to start picking up more white. So just a little bit more white on my brush, and I'm getting this to go lighter and lighter as it goes over towards that left-hand side and in the area that's going to pop out the most to the viewer. So a little bit more white paint. I'm putting this underneath where that hat is going to go, and I just keep dotting. I can bring this all the way over to the left-hand side like this. And now that I've got this pretty well established where everything is going, I just keep picking up white and just keep dotting away. You can have it really, really white, white, white. You can, I'm using these gray tones in order to get it to have some nice texture to it. But you could, of course, you could even use some blue in it, and that would make it look a little bit cooler and like it's got more of a chilly type of look to it. Again, I'm just picking up white right now and just dotting in. And once I've got this done, I am going to go right to my hat and we'll color in the hat. So this looks pretty good, and we could certainly add more white later as we go through the process, but I'm thinking that I'm digging the color of this. As long as you can, you know, detect it in front of your background, that's all we kind of desire to do at this point, so that way we have some good contrast. It looks like a nice fluffy snowman, so I'm digging that. I'm going to put this size tool away. I'm going to pick up my number 5. We'll call it our number 5 Q-tip applicator. So again, there's just, oh, actually I guess I have 6. No, I wanted 5. Let's pull one out. I just counted and there's 6 in there, so I really only wanted 5. So there we go, we got 5. I'm going to pick up some black paint now, and I'm painting in my hat. I don't need to do anything fancy. I just want to bring this right to where my snowman is. Pull it out like this. You can, I'm going to dot it where it is meeting the snowball head right in through here, but then the rest I can just paint smoothly because we're going to have some snow on top of it. This is just getting the color on here right now. I don't need to do anything fancy. So if you wanted to pick up the bigger applicator, you certainly could do that. You could make this into whatever you wanted, but I don't need to do anything fancy here, so I'm just coloring it in with black. And I am noticing some streakiness going on right now, so I think I am gonna, on this top part, or even in through here, just kind of dot it a little bit so it looks more textured, I guess. You might not be showing streaking, it might just because I'm pushing so hard with my applicator, but if you're finding that you're getting streaking and you don't like it, just kind of tap it and that'll just make it look textured. We're gonna put snow on it anyway, so that looks pretty good to me. So now that I've got that on there, I am going to move on to snowflakes. So I'm gonna put my 5 applicator down. I'm gonna pick up another single one. So your snowflakes can really be anything you want them to be. I'm going to do a lot of dots just to make snow. So I'll use white and cobalt blue for making just single type of dots with, you know, having them as my snow in the sky. But for my snowflakes themselves, I can do a couple of different things. I can take and make like a just a 6 kind of sided star. So I can take this and I can go 1, 2, 3, and then take my applicator and just kind of spin it into these little circles on the end. Something like this will give me a really fun, you could even put one in the middle if you want to. You can, I was going to say I was going to flip my brush to the clean side, but I think I still want some more of the cobalt blue. So white and cobalt blue. You could also take it and make like a bigger one with just sequential dots. So if I just make sequential dots like that, I can do one like that, one like that, over like that. You could even do little ones in between. Whatever is visually appealing to you, you can have fun with making as many big snowflakes as you want. You can pick up, you know, more white and put a little white center in it. I'm going to put a lot. I'm going to put another. I just picked up just white. Maybe I've got a big one somewhere in through here. And the snowflakes themselves, you can really make them very symmetrical or not. There's no 2 snowflakes alike in this world, so you can really have fun with however you want them to be. They can have 6 sides, they can have 8 sides, they can have 10 sides. You know, they're really they do appear to be kind of symmetrical, so that's why I just was making my line from one side to the next through the center, but you could certainly make yours any way you want. I just picked up a little bit more cobalt blue, so if you want some little sparkles in them, just you can dot in some of your cobalt blue. I think I want a couple of smaller ones, so I'm going to just take, I like that little one that I had up in through there, so I'm just going to take this and make something like this, and then just spin my tool on the edges for some little dots, something in the middle. I want another big one down in through here, and I'm just trying not to make them too symmetrical or too organized, so I'm trying to change mine up a little bit. Even when you can, as your tool is running out of paint, you can use just the remnants, and that'll give you a little bit more of a dull kind of little snowflake. You can even put little ones on the side, so you can have them kind of coming out the sides if you want to, whatever, again, makes fun for you. We still are going to put some snow on the hat too, but I'm going to let that hat dry for a minute. I think I have enough snowflakes in my sky, and I might put, when I do my snow on my hat, I might put a little bit more snow in the sky, but right now I'm just using the tip of the brush with whatever remnants are on there, just to kind of put a couple more snowflakes in the sky like this. And then I am going to, what am I going to do for the next step? I feel like I want to put my scarf on. So I'm going to go back to my 5 tool, this one in through here. I'm going to put a red scarf on. So I'm just going to pick up some red paint. Your paint's probably still wet underneath. Don't worry about that. That's the fun of this project, is we're kind of painting wet on wet. I'm going to put it around his neck, but I don't want it super duper tight. So I'm not going to go straight across like this. I'm going to bring it out on the side, and then drop it down a little bit. So I've got my red paint on my applicator. I bring it out here. I'm going to give myself a starting point like this to make sure that I don't make it too tight. I say don't make it too tight because I think sometimes what happens when we're making the scarves, if we make them too tight, it's like we're kind of it looks like it's hurting the snowman. So I like to just kind of make sure that it's nice and loose and has a lot of fluff to it. So that looks pretty good. I can put some a little bow on it, so I'm going to just make a little bump in through here. And then I can just bring down the scarf edges, something like that. And then we got another scarf edge like this. So if I want to give my scarf a little bit of dimension, I'm just going to turn over my applicator to the black side, and I can pick up a little bit of black, and I can dot under my edge in through there, and then here, and you can even dot underneath the scarf a little bit like that. Just a little bit of the dark color will separate that little bow area or the little pieces. And then I can pick up, I could pick up my, my 5 with the red, just wipe that red off a little bit, pick up a touch of white, and put some snow right on top of my scarf like this, just on the edge, like this, and then like this, right down that way. This is so much fun. This is a little bit in through there, a little bit back here. So now I've got a scarf. Now I want to put some buttons on. So I think I want to go back to my single applicator. So I went back to my single Q-tip. I'm going to put some buttons on just in this direction, or in this side. He's looking up, so I'm going to put them kind of maybe one. I'm going to put one, say, right in through here. I'm just doing circles. Maybe they get a little bit bigger as they come down, and you're going to see I'm going through wet paint from my original snowman part. So that's okay. Just roll with it. Let it work its way into it. Maybe you've got a little snow on them, so you can even pick up a little extra white and put a little topper on them so they look like they've got little snow sitting on them. So that looks pretty cute. Now I'm going to let's see if that face is dry. Face is pretty dry. I want to add a little bit of rosiness to the cheeks, so I'm gonna use a clean side of my Q-tip, a little bit of white and a touch of red. I'm gonna make myself a little pink on my palette here because I want to put a little rosy in his cheeks. I love having my snowman with that little life, little piece of life in them. So again, I'm having him look up that way. So I'm going to have his cheek somewhere in this vicinity. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this pink to his cheek. And you can just dot it on, or if your paint underneath is dry, you could certainly rub it on, but my paint is still wet, so I'm just kind of tapping it on here. And then the other cheek is over here on the other side of the face. And I'm just going to see a little bit of this cheek over here. So just a little pink rosy in his cheeks. I need to put some eyes on, so I'm going to pick up a clean applicator. Oh, actually, I have a black applicator. No, that's got some white on it. So I just picked up a clean one. I'm starting with some black paint. And I'm going to have my eyes somewhere between my rosy cheeks. I'm going to have the one that's on the right-hand side of here going to be a little bit bigger, and it's going to be a little bit lower on the head. So something like this is going to be my eye. And then the next one is going to be somewhere in this direction and a little bit lower, or a little bit smaller, I should say. Something like that. That's cute. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to put some a mouth. So I'm going to dot just little pebbles from cheek to cheek. So I'm going to start from here and just make a nice cute smiley face. And again, wet paint is fine if you're going through it. There we go. Oh my God, he's so cute. I'm going to take, I feel like I want a little bit more black in those eyes, so I'm just going to put a little bit more black up at that top part. I'm going to put some blue in it in a minute, but I feel like this top part needs a little bit more black. There we go. And then I'm going to take the clean end, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of white and cobalt blue. White and cobalt blue to make a colored part in the eye, the bottom right part of the eye. So, oop, that was maybe just a little bit more blue on my brush. There we go. So just this little crescent down the bottom right. I'm going to pick up an applicator, a clean one with white on it, or kind of clean, I guess, and just put a couple sparkles in the eye. 1, 2, 1, 2. He's so cute. I need a little nose, so this is where I'm going to come out with the orange. So clean part of my applicator, just picking up a little bit of orange, making myself a cute little button in through here, and then just a little cute nose popping out like that. If you wanted to put some snow on it, you could certainly use the white end of one of your applicators and just put a little kind of white line. Something like that. We'll put some snow on the nose. He's adorable. So now I'm going to put my snow on the hat. So I'm going to go back to my number 10, and this is where it's dirty. It's got white and black and brown on it, which is totally fine. I'm going to pick up a little bit more white. I want to put a rim on my hat, so I just picked up white. I'm just going to go like this to tell the viewer that that's the rim of my hat. And now I'm going to pick up more white. I'm going to put a bunch up on the tippy top of that hat like that, maybe some on this rim like this, and then I'm just going to let myself kind of run out of paint. Well, that was a little bit too much paint on my brush. Run out of paint in the rest of the hat. So I put it heavy on that top part and on this little rim, and now I can just dot it throughout the rest of the hat. So that's going to make it look like it's got snow kind of accumulated on the top, and then it's just maybe snowing in front of the snowman, something like that. He's so cute. Now we need some arms, because we can't have a snowman collecting snowflakes without some arms. So I need a smaller applicator. I don't know if I've got another clean one here. Right here, I'm going to take some of my brown paint, and I just need sticks, right? So we're going to put one right in through here. This is just brown paint. This is on the other side of his body. It'll be wide at where it meets the body, and then more narrow as it comes up. So wherever you want to put this, I'm going to have this one going almost all the way up to the corner of my canvas, something like this. It can go in front of your snowflakes. And if you're finding that it's transparent, you can pick up, I'm going to pick up a little bit of black, because I've got a part of my snowflake being able to see through it, so I don't want to have that. And then I can just make whatever kind of little branches I want, something like this. He's just kind of collecting his snowflakes, and you can have little skinny pieces at the end if you want to. That looks good. And then I need one coming out this side. So you may run through some wet red paint, that's okay. I'm going to have it coming somewhere in this vicinity, right in through here. And I'm just going to kind of cross over my, my scarf a little slow so I don't go too much into it. There we go, like that. And then once I get into here, I can start branching out. And again, you can use brown and black, whatever works for you. And you can have this as tall as you want, as you can cross over his hat. That'll make the viewer really understand that that's a little branch sticking out. And now you can put some snow on it if you wanted to. So I'll pick up a little bit of white and put a little bit of snow. I'm just kind of streaking it down, making these little light marks. Maybe it's accumulated in the little crook, but this will also help the viewer see it a little bit more. You could even put a little extra brightness right in through here where it kind of goes into the snowman, whatever, you know, works for you. And then I'm thinking that that's super cute. I don't really think I need to do much more. I think I've explained my story. If you want, you can certainly add more to your snowflakes if you feel that you want them to be brighter or you want more snow in the sky or anything like that. Put as many little snowflakes as you want. And I think that's all I'm going to do for this little project. You can certainly sign it. If I want to sign it, maybe back here, I put a little black on my brush. Sign it with, oh no, I guess I don't want to do that. I was like, this tool is too big for me to do that. So we're going to skip the signature on this one. I'll probably whip out a small brush later. But I think that's going to conclude this project. I hope you enjoyed the process. I hope you painted yourself an adorable little snowman. And I look forward to painting with you again sometime.